guys, it's me Barb here for our first episode. This week we are doing motorcycle riding. Ooh, this is a big trigger for me. I did not ever really want to ride a motorcycle. They were just big metal death traps. Like, there's nothing around you. What's going to protect you? So I was kind of, no offense to anyone who rides motorcycles, but it just seemed absolutely terrifying to me. And my ex-abuser, my ex-husband, came into some money and decided he wanted to buy a motorcycle when we were still together. And I was so worried about it. Like, you know how it is. Like, someone who is abusive is obviously someone who is not afraid of taking risks. They are someone who they don't care. They don't care about your life. They don't care about someone else's life. And so I was absolutely terrified when he bought this. And my first fear was that he was going to hurt himself, that he was going to get in an accident and die because he was going to engage in dangerous behavior, which he often did. And then after he got the motorcycle, he decided that he wanted to join a motorcycle club. And I'm nothing against all the good motorcycle clubs out there. And this is just my experience. My experience is that he became much worse. I mean, he was already abusing me, yes, before the motorcycle was purchased. But it just got ratcheted up about 9,000 notches after he got the motorcycle and joined the club. I felt like I was losing him, which I ended up doing, but, you know, is that really a loss? We'll get into that another time. So I felt like I needed to try to get on board with the motorcycle thing for him. So I went out of my way to get on the bike, get used to it, get used to riding, and I really came to enjoy it. And then the last couple years before he left, the abuse was really bad, and it was really much worse around times when he was going to go on his motorcycle. So for me, hearing a motorcycle drive by, which happens all the time, it's summer, it's just a normal sound. For me, hearing that sound just fills me with dread. I often have an anxiety attack, or I will get this feeling in the pit of my stomach where it just hurts and I feel sick. And so the purpose of doing this week is to really overcome that feeling. I did enjoy riding on the motorcycle, and I want that back. I don't want to associate the sound of the motorcycle with bad things. When I hear the motorcycle go by, what it triggers in my head is one of two feelings. One is this sick, sad feeling I would have because he would usually dig into me really bad right before he would go out on a ride. So I would be in the house crying or trying not to cry in case he came back in and needed to get something. And I would hear the bike start up outside. And so that sound of a bike just idling gives me that sick, sad feeling. And sometimes when I hear one go by, I get the sick feeling in my stomach that I used to have when I knew it was time for him to come home. I knew he'd be coming home, and I knew quite often I was going to be abused as soon as he got back. And so just the sound of the motorcycle itself is a huge trigger. And guys, if you're going through abuse recovery, absolutely 1000% important to realize what your triggers are, absolutely identify them, and then figure out how to get over them. Because I absolutely know this is how I feel, right now, but I don't want to feel this way for the rest of my life. I don't want him to have that kind of power over the rest of my life. So we are going to be doing a motorcycle ride. I've got two friends, Chago and Stu. They are both motorcycle riders. I trust them implicitly. They are the best. They're super safe, super great guys. Stu has a sidecar, which I really enjoy riding in. And then I'm going to ride with Chago on the back of his motorcycle and just sort of get my feet back under me again. And I'm hoping that by doing this, that I know recovery doesn't happen in a day. I know that, you know that. I guess I'm just hoping that this will start building good memories for me associated with motorcycles. And maybe I can have that thing back that I really liked. Maybe I can get on the back of a bike with a friend and go for a ride and have a perfectly great time. And get over that trigger, get over that sick feeling, that sadness, that heartache, that pain, that I want to cry, I'm going to be abused. That's going to be huge. If I can do that, it's going to be huge. And like I said, I know it won't happen in a day. But this could hopefully be the first step to getting past that. So, come on and join us. Tom Selleck is my co-pilot. I forgot how fun this is. Okay, I'm here with my friend Stu and my friend Chago. Okay, so what do you love about riding the motorcycle?
Wind in your face. There's nothing like it.
Yeah,
Freedom.
does feel good.
It does.
Stu?
So, yeah, like Chago said, the wind in your face, other than on days like today where it just feels like hot air breathing on you all the time, you don't really cool off. But it's the open air. It's kind of like riding in a convertible with a lot less vehicle around you.
It's true. That is very true. Okay, so you guys, you know what I've been through, both of you. These are both very good friends of mine. They know what has happened in my life. Stu, what do you feel like is going to be a good part of this experience for me riding?
I think the biggest part is to understand that motorcycles aren't dangerous and there's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, from my experience from riding motorcycles over the years, I think it's made me a better automobile driver because I've been more cognizant of what's going on around me, and I always want to make sure that I have a passenger on the back that they're safe as well. Safety is first and foremost, so helmets, things like that. And if somebody's never been on a bike before, don't take them out on the interstate right away. Take them on a nice back road, country road, travel around a little bit, let them get used to it, explain to them how the bike handles, and you know, the passenger doesn't always need to lean with the driver. Your best bet is just to sit straight up and let us do all the work.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Because I would get yelled at for that. Like, I didn't lean enough, or I leaned too much, or I just sat there like a brick.
The only problem with that is if you lean in with the operator of the motorcycle, and if you don't lean back quick enough, the bike will continue to lean in that direction. So before you know it, you'll be on the ground, and that's never a good thing. It's easier to recover from a turn or a lean if you're sitting upright, because when I lean upright, you're pulling me back to center again. That person in the back will always be in center no matter what.
Look at that, I learned a new thing today. Unlearning things I was taught. Chago, what do you think would be good for me to get out of this today?
I'm not sure. Just relax and enjoy the open air and just go out and ride a little bit and see where the road takes you.
I think for me, this is like getting on a bike and knowing that I'm not going anywhere where I'm going to be around a bunch of motorcycle clubs and I have to behave a certain way, because I was absolutely terrible at that. And it just filled me with anxiety and get me in a lot of trouble. So for me, just getting on the bike is just getting out there and doing it and knowing there's no pressure. I am with two people who are safe drivers and are not going to be mean to me in any way. So
The biggest thing is have fun.
yeah.
You have to have fun.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Okay, getting ready to get back on the back of an actual motorcycle with no sidecar. I'm very, very hot. It's so fucking humid today. And I'm a little bit nervous, but I also know I can trust Chago, so let's do this. Okay, that was good, and it was fun, and I forgot how good it felt. And at the same time, I kind of feel like crying right now. Kind of just, I don't know what. Like, I want 17 drinks, and I kind of want to cry, and I don't know why I feel that way when I just had a really great experience. So, I know we talked about doing the GoPro on the helmet and going again, and I'm not sure I have that in me right now. It felt fun, and then I was like, I want to do this some more when we got out on 31. And then, like, once we started driving a little, I was like, oh, I'm gonna cry. Like, I know that's stupid. It's just how I'm feeling right now. But, like, I'm not left with this feeling where I don't want to ever do this again. Like, I totally would go out with Stu or Chago or, and go for a ride again. I just was kind of, like, dipping my foot back in the pond today, if that makes any sense. And it was like, oh, the water, oh, I remember how to doggy paddle. Okay, let's get out, because I kind of forgot how to swim. Like, that's a little bit how I feel right now. So, I did it. I faced a trigger, and it was definitely triggering. It was fun. I forgot how fun it was, and I know I said that when I was riding, but I did. I really enjoyed riding on motorcycles, but that trigger is still there. That feeling when I hear the sound of it, or if, like, when I was riding with Chago, and I'm riding for a little bit, and we were supposed to go for a longer ride, and I hit a wall. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. And it wasn't because I was in a dangerous situation. It was because I was triggered into remembering all those dangerous situations. And that's what's going to happen sometimes. As you move forward and heal from whatever you need to heal from, you're going to have these moments. Those triggers are there for a reason. And when I hit my wall and I couldn't ride anymore, I said, this is silly and this is stupid. And the people on my team reminded me that that was absolutely not true. It wasn't silly. It wasn't stupid. It made sense. Triggers are triggers for a reason. I mean, you live in a world, especially when you're being abused, you live in a world of unpredictability. You have no idea where the next blow is coming from, when it's coming, when the next moment of violence is going to happen. You have no idea. So you build these little things in your world where you can try to recognize danger and tell yourself, okay, this is happening. For me, for example, the motorcycle sound, like, okay, Barb, he's coming home now. This is going to be horrible. Get yourself ready for it. And it's weird that I still feel that way. He's gone and I still feel that way. It's not something that's going to go away easily. And it's not something that I take lightly. And you shouldn't either. When you have a trigger, face your trigger. Absolutely do what I did. Face it. Try to overcome it. But when you hit that wall and you can't do it anymore, it's okay to say, stop, I give. Because I'm going to tell you, your friends, they're going to love you. And they're going to say, okay, let's stop. And they're going to help you through that. For me, afterwards I went and had a drink with Stu and Chaco to thank them, and while we were sitting there, I realized that the day that we filmed the motorcycle episode was the 2-year anniversary of when he walked out on us. And I don't know if that played into it, if that made it a little more emotional that day. Maybe it did. I knew what day it was. Like, I knew it. I have never forgotten what day it was when he left. And I think I kind of forgot about it during the motorcycle riding part. And then when my brain settled down afterwards again, it was like, oh, okay, today's that anniversary. So this was a tough one. And I knew it would be. I knew it would be a tough one. And everyone involved knew it was going to be a tough one. But I did it. Hopefully I'll do it again. Hopefully every time I do it, it gets less scary. We have so many more adventures we're going to go on, and so many more things we're going to address and face, and silliness and seriousness, and I hope you'll join us. If you liked it, please click like, subscribe to our channel now down there, and then you'll get notified when we have new episodes, and please feel free to share this with your friends. We would appreciate that a lot. All right, guys, see you on the next adventure. Bye.